Have you ever noticed how easily disappointment with life can end up becoming disappointment with God? You go through a breakup, or you don't get that job, or you miss the opportunity, and
This is fine.
all of a sudden you change the way you think about God. And when we do this, what we're doing is we're confusing God with our life. But God is not your experiences. God is not your life. And so maybe what we need to do when we feel disappointment with life is to look where we would find a friend right beside us, walking with us, sitting beside us in the midst of our experiences. Run the intro.
Already, why don't you like the video, subscribe to stay up to date on everything that's happening here on the channel. But the reality of life is if you live it long enough, you'll experience some disappointment. You'll go through a breakup, you'll be denied a promotion, something can't turn out the way that you hoped it would turn out at work. And when those moments occur, you won't necessarily be tempted to turn to your family and friends and blame them, but you might be tempted to blame God. And honestly, that's just a recipe for bitterness. So what do we do when we're tempted to blame God for the experiences of life? There's a really powerful moment in the life of Jesus when he's hanging on a cross and he's dying placed between two criminals. And what's interesting to me is the two different reactions of the criminals. One mocks him and makes fun of him, while the other asks Jesus an incredibly surprising question. He says, "Hey, would you remember me when you enter into your kingdom?" And honestly, Jesus' response is really surprising. Ugh. What Jesus says to him is, "Hey, where I'm going, you're going as well." Which means, hey, what you've experienced in this life doesn't reflect the way that God views you. And if that raises for you a whole bunch more questions than it answers, then pop your questions in the comments below and we'll address them in an upcoming video. But really what Jesus is saying to the criminal, and really what he's saying to you and to me, is that God's love for you and the way that God views you is not determined by your circumstances. In fact, Jesus entered into history to let you know exactly where you stand with God, even in the midst of challenging circumstances.
Hello. Hey, thanks so much for checking out the video and staying to the end. Why not subscribe? And there's some other videos around here if you want to keep checking out our content.